Hello, in this demonstration I'm going to be showing you the object browser. So after you run a discovery, allocated and validated, you're bound to have some issues that need resolving. So this is going to show you how to deal with the interface. Looking at migrations, you'll see there's 3 defined migrations. We're going to be looking at migration 7, which is row 2. And it's previously run, so discoveries run, it's allocated and validated, and some issues have been found. So we're going to explore the issues and resolutions interface. Take a look at the first row here. We're going to look at invalid lines. And we're now in the object browser. These are the objects that have issues. So in this particular case, we're looking at an E164 UCM line ending in 009. So we can go into the browser. And this tells us that the source is .31, which is what we know it is, which is what we defined it as. And we know that it's going to be cloned. And we'll see that it's actually going to be changed here before any sites load. That's when this object is going to be cloned. And in this case, we're going to play with the description just in order to better understand this interface. So now I'm going to switch to the UCM source. And here it is here. So just make sure that we really have something current. So we'll do a search and update it. And that's indeed it. So let's go into it to make very sure. And the description is empty. So now we could go here back into description and we could put something, let's say ABC is the start and save. So we know we've changed it, but Migration Assistant initially does the discovery and loads all the information into the database. So that's where it stays. So at this point, we can say sync with UCM now. Notice it says it's still empty. So we say sync with UCM. And there it says ABC is the start. What if we decide we want to change that? So we could go here and say we actually want to change it to the end, and we can say XYZ is the end and do that. And then we could say save changes. And that would not make any real change because we've said we're going to ignore the object on the source. But what if we wanted to change the source? In that case, we can say update the object now. Be aware this is going to actually change it on the source UCM, which you may or may not want to do. But in the event that you do, here's how you would do it. We could say preview update. We could scroll all the way down. We could say what's the final value is going to look like. And in this case, you'll see it's going to be here in the description field. ABC is the start and XYZ is the end. So we can say these are the final values. And we say what is the actual request going to look like, and this tool Migration Assistant is smart enough to only make changes to what has changed. The attributes that remain the same are going to be left untouched. So the only data that's going to be sent is XYZ is the end. And we can now say update the object, and it warns you that you're now going to change the source, which potentially is something you don't want to do. You say OK, and now we've made the change. So if we come back to our source and we refresh it, there's XYZ is the end. So that is an example of how you would actually overwrite data on the source if you chose to, or if you had changed something on the source, how you could update Migration Assistant to see that by doing a sync now.